Will from Bluestribute. I'm here with Pat from Anti-Flag. First of all, how's it going, man? How's it been out on the road?
Great. We're in Denver, Colorado. We played Colorado Springs last night. There's a lot of hippies there.
Right on.
And we came down to Denver today, and it's cold.
Cool. Right on.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know why. It's like middle of May, and it's fucking cold.
It's been weird. Like this whole week, I think Denver's been having like some cosplay, like trying to be Seattle and some stuff. It was the worst.
Speaking of that, there is a costume convention, Denver Comic Con this week.
Yeah. Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, we get a lot of those. It's a lot of fun seeing all the cosplays.
Cool. Pittsburgh's got a big furry convention. That they have every year. It's been going on for like 10 or 15 years. That they chose Pittsburgh to do the convention, which is awesome.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Something you never knew about Pittsburgh. Now you know.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
So check out the Pittsburgh Furry Convention.
Yep.
It's unlike any other Pittsburgh thing in the world.
It's true.
So, do you have a favorite city to play in America when you go on these tours or anywhere in the world?
To pander, Denver's alright. I like Denver. I like San Francisco. I like Chicago. I like those towns. New Orleans smells like vomit. But some days I like it. It's not the summertime. It's not the middle of August. New Orleans. I like New Orleans.
For sure.
When it's cooler out. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And then New Orleans, it's an interesting place.
Yeah.
I love that fish smell. You got a new album, American Spring, that's coming out on May 26th, is that?
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Right on, cool, next Tuesday, American Spring. Tell us a little bit about this new record compared to the last album.
So the last two records we put out on Side One Dummy, and we recorded those ourselves in our own practice room, just the four of us.
Oh, nice.
And so this record, we wanted to do something different because we felt as though we had found our base and found our roots, and we're like, okay, we feel good about where we are right now. It was really for me because I needed that, and then so we decided we'd do a little bit more expanding for this next record, and so we brought in Kenny Carkeef from a band called Able Nation.
Oh, nice.
And James Kaufman, his producing partner, and we worked with those guys and brought their ideas into the songwriting, and it's a different record than we would have recorded on our own, but that's really cool because that's what we were looking to do.
For sure. I'm in a band. We've done the same thing ourselves.
Yeah, sometimes you want other people's input and sometimes you don't. And this one we were like, we feel good about where we are as a band.
It's also art sometimes too.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
Most of the time I'm like, fuck you, this is my music, shut the fuck up. But this time I was like, okay, I'll take it this time. But Kenny is an Anti-Flag fan from back in the day. And James, we did some Warped Tour dates with him and his band when he was playing in bands. So they understood what we were about and what we were looking to achieve. So
Just kind of like the stars align.
Yeah, and it all came together. It was great. We did it at Jim's house in LA, and everything just sort of worked out. It was really awesome.
Right on. Any recurring new themes that one might find on this record compared to the last few records, or is it more of kind of the same stuff?
We're talking. One of the things that we've been educated on and have been looking at is the U.S. drone strike program.
Yeah.
And how in the U.S. we're sold this thing. It's a surgical strike, and it's protecting our freedoms and liberties. And the more we've done research on it, we found that it's a bunch of bullshit. And really, it's a terror weapon that is being used in the Middle East and around the world. And it's only a matter of time before they use it in the U.S.
Isn't everything though?
But there are military campaigns and then there are terror weapons. Whether a guy goes into a crowded market and blows himself up, or a missile comes out of the sky that you can't see, that produces fear, and there's no way of controlling that because you don't know where it's coming from. So you live in a persistent state of fear, which is what a terror weapon does, and that
it's a form of terrorism.
Yeah. So the drone program is terrorism. Also, So there's been a lot of talk about that on this record, and there's a lot of themes. The environment, the fact that finally in this, after 50 years of talking about climate change, everybody agrees that climate change is a real thing, and people who don't are clearly out for themselves, and they're not.
I know for me personally, I saw the big kicker that kind of was the sort of realization dawning that oh shit, this is a real thing, was just sort of noticing how much the polar caps are melting.
Yeah. You just
along with the rest of it.
You just look at the Greenland ice sheet, and you just look at it and you realize it's shrinking like this as you watch it over time. So
exponentially.
Yeah. So if you still are saying that it's not a human made condition, then you're a fucking asshole and you're just trying to profit from the demise of the rest of us.
Well, if you try to believe it, you're deluding yourself too.
Well, they're deluding themselves with money, and that's what is always the motivation.
Money, man, it's a piece of money. What is your favorite track on American Spring and why?
The Debate's Over is the last song on the record, and that one really connected with me. I like that it has a little bit looser feel and is a little bit more. I like that song. I didn't play it very well, but I like it. So there's some song you're that song I sucked on, but I still like it. And that was one of those songs.
For sure. No, it is what it is with tracking. Sometimes you know, and sometimes it's wow, fuck this.
Sometimes I go do that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
For sure. So it works out. So earlier you mentioned how the last couple records were on Side 1 Dummy,
yes.
And this one you guys released yourselves, I think.
No, this one's on a record company called Spine Farm.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
yes,
Spine Farm. Yes.
Okay. So could you talk a little bit about what sort of prompted the decision to get away from Side 1 Dummy?
Well, me personally, and I will say this as a person who owns a record company, I don't like record companies. Record companies are a thing that is in between you creating something and other people having access to it.
Yeah.
And they have control over how people get. In 2015, it's much less than it used to be. So I'm not a big fan of record companies. Having said that, I love the guys at Side 1. I love the guys at Fat. Everybody's, they're all great people. But we like to move around with our record companies. We like to stir things up and get a different perspective on things. Okay. So this one, we did 2 records on Side 1, and it was time to go and do something, go to a different company.
For sure. And I mean, it seems like it kind of felt right in conjunction with bringing in the other guys.
We were going in a different direction. Figured we'd give a different record a go. And the people at Spine Farm had some really great ideas, and we're really excited about the record. Really wanted to back it and do the things that we wanted to do to make this record interesting and unique. So it was good.
Heard a couple singles off of American Spring already, and it's really good stuff.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
So obviously you've talked about how the United States drone movement and that whole initiative is one of the themes on the record. Did have any other socio-political occurrings in the world take any? Are they discussed on any of the tunes on the record? Like any of the lyrics and stuff?
Brandenburg Gate is a song about socialism. Okay. At least that's my interpretation of it. Number 2 has different interpretations of it, but. So it's it discusses the Cold War and socialism and how America has gone from had a real socialist movement in the early 1900s to now where socialism is a dirty word and they use it as a epithet to talk about Obama. So that's another theme that's on the record. There's a lot of different
with the whole Gene Simmons thing. People have been saying that.
What's the Gene Simmons thing?
A while ago,
he said that people should kill themselves. Is that the thing?
So that one's a whole other conversation.
Okay.
But people have been saying for a while now. I think Gene Simmons being one of the more famous examples. Recently, we've just been saying that rock is dead as a whole. That whole sort of genre. And obviously, Anti-Flag has been really influential in the whole punk rock side of things.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on that whole rock is dead?
On the radio, it's dead. In record stores, it's dead. Taylor Swift is killing it with her pop music. So
she's pretty good.
The only bands that are really successful on a like Dave Grohl's band, Foo Fighters. That's a rock band. But other than that, how many other real rock bands can you say are being played on the radio? There's not many of them. So, I think that the mass consumption of rock is dead right now, but that doesn't mean it's not being created. And
it kind of feels like it's almost shifting into its own subculture.
Oh, of course. And there's you have to realize there's a difference between what is on the radio and what is really going on in music. Because if you come to a rock club, it's not about Taylor Swift, it's about a lot of other bands and a lot of other styles of music. So rock in the mainstream may be dead, but I never cared about the mainstream anyway. To be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about rock. I'm a punk rock kid through and through. I always thought rock bands were bullshit. I think Gene Simmons and Kiss is a fucking patriarchal dickhead. But
love you, Gene.
fuck that guy. But having said that, punk rock is